India and other places. I said, no, no, no. It's not for me. So I became an atheist. Young guy, don't believe in anything. I thought a little bit socialistic. You know, there's a song, it's called The International, the main song of the communists, which says, let's join together for the last fight against all injustice in the world. I said, well, is that my fight? Then I started looking a little closer, and I realized, no, the communist is not my fight. They are ignorant and violent as well. So then I was without believing God and without believing political systems. So what's left? Well, I became a hippie. I thought, it's all nonsense anyway, so let me try to be happy with the flower power. That didn't work too well. You know, the flower power was the flower of the marijuana plant. So that wasn't that much of a flower, it was just an addiction. So I saw my useful friends in the hippie movement going down the drain. Prison, madhouse, suicide. He said, that's not my path either. So that one night I came out of a discotheque. I was already living out of my parents' home a long time. I was 17 or so. And I was completely finished. At that night, I prayed. On my way to my flat, which was like a half an hour walk, I started praying. Really. I don't know who you are, my Lord. I don't know if you hear me. I don't even know whether you exist. But I'm finished. I have nothing to do in this world. Why you have brought me here, I don't know anything. And because I didn't believe in anything Christian, then I chanted the mantra Om. I don't know where I got that. Probably in the hippie world there was a lot of Om signs, so there was understood that Om means a kind of a transcendental invocation. So I chanted Om, Om, Om. My Lord, arrange something for me. I'm a lost person in a lost world, and. And maybe, I don't exactly recall, but I don't think there was more than 3 months between that prayer and living in an ashram. It was like a pa, pa, pa. And it wasn't my ashram either. It was an impersonalist ashram in Germany, but it was an ashram, at least. So I felt that my prayer had been answered. But I didn't really know anything about spiritual life. So I was following the impersonalistic thinking of life, that we are all belonging to Brahman, and Brahman is the highest. There's nothing beyond Brahman. So there's nobody to bow your head. There's nobody you can hug. Nobody to love. But only cosmic love, cosmic love. Anyhow, I didn't like the yoga ashram. I had heard about the Hare Krishnas, just a little bit. As a matter of fact, I went to search for them. Before I joined that ashram, I searched for the Hare Krishnas in Hamburg, because I heard they were in Hamburg. But I didn't know, I have no address, nothing. So I went to Hamburg with a friend of mine, and I asked people, have you seen these people dressed in orange with a ponytail? And some people say, yes, we saw them, they were chanting around here, we don't know where they are. So 3 days we looked for the Hare Krishna, couldn't find them. Then we started meeting some rough guys, you know. These big cities are full of ruffians. So we were village boys, so we said, no, I'm getting out of here. So we went back to our village. No Hare Krishna. But anyhow, some attraction was there. I had heard the Maha Mantra. So when I went to this yoga ashram, I thought that would be a step. Then inside the yoga ashram, I heard that another friend of ours joined the Hare Krishnas in Paris. So immediately I said, I'm going to Paris. I'd never been to Paris, so I didn't know what to expect, but so I had no money, I was a kid, so I hitchhiked. My friend came with me, the same one who went with me to look for the Hare Krishnas in Hamburg. We had a good friendship. So we went hitchhiking, and it was terrible. We reached the French border, but once we were in France, nobody would pick us up. French people are not too friendly for picking up hitchhikers, I guess. Maybe if they're beautiful young girls, but not some hippie. So then a tremendous storm came. And we were standing in the street, a storm. We found an old car which was lying on the way, and we somehow got in this old car. Survived the storm. When we got out of there the next morning, we were finished. Said, no, we're not going to Paris, this is hopeless. So my friend had another address in Düsseldorf, where also some devotees were supposed to live. So we turned around to the other side of the street and we hitchhiked to Düsseldorf. And that seemed like, you know, things are just meant to happen. Everything is like, even when you hitchhike, whether they take you or they don't take you, it's controlled by a higher side. So then we went and we reached Düsseldorf, and 9 o'clock at night, we reached at this place. That place, it was in a broken house, which the hippies had. Sometimes the government declares houses to be uninhabitable. And then they put a seal. So there was one house like this, and the hippies had broken the seal and were living all over. No water, no electricity, but they were living there. And the devotees had a temple in the 7th floor, just under the roof. I mean, these devotees were pretty hippie as well, you know, to move in there with a temple. So I walked up there, 7 stories, knocked at the door at 9 o'clock at night. They opened the door, looked at me and my friend, and asked, what do you want? I said, I want to join here. Join? What? You know this? No, I don't really know, but I let me try it out. So I said, how long you want to stay? I'd say, I don't know, maybe 1 week. And they accepted us. That's why I never wanted to lock the door or close the door to the newcomers coming to Krishna consciousness. Many devotees said, be careful, new people are coming, maybe they're criminals, maybe they're this, maybe they're that. You have to have many precautions before you allow somebody to join the ashram. But I never accepted it, because I remembered how I was received. No questions asked, no ID card, just come in. So I joined this temple, and that was my destiny. It was my destiny, definitely. I got all my questions answered. My impersonalistic philosophy just went away, because impersonalism means there's no person to love. Even you are not to be loved, because you become one with the everything. Maybe some cosmic love, but cosmic love is very abstract. What does that mean, cosmic love? I love everyone. I can't talk to them. They don't know I love them. They love me, I don't know they love me. It's so abstract. Impersonal concept of the divine. You see, it's not wrong. The impersonal aspect of God exists. Just like if you compare it to your body, you have a blood system, you have a lymph system, you have airs in the body. That makes it very interesting. What's happening in your brain? So sophisticated. But if somebody comes and tells you, I really love your brain, the way it works. Or I really love the blood, how it runs in your body. What is this? What, you're interested in my blood? Are you a vampire or something? So, yes, the body is an amazing thing, but we are not this body. We are that individual, that life force, that jivatma, that loving agent, or let's say, loving drop of the God ocean. And we cannot be ocean, we can only be drop. So if we accept to be drop, but want to know what ocean wants us to do, then our life becomes devotional and interesting. If you think, I'm ocean, don't tell me anything. I'm independent. Why you want to be more than me to tell me what to do? But the one who has created us, he knows what's best for us. But we have to be humble. Without humility, there will be no transmission. There will be no information. We will be deprived of the divine invitation for the world of divine love. Because that cannot be imposed. Love can never be imposed. Any idea of imposing love, I mean, it's some kind of a rape. If you don't want to love God, why should He worry about you? He gives you the independence. You can do anything you want. You can jump from the mountains in wingsuits. Have you seen that? You've got to be pretty crazy to do that. But people do that. Wingsuits, snowboarding from mountains, flying through the air. or jumping from airplanes with parachutes. People really want to know it, how far I can go with this material body. They're really giving a hard time to the body, but get nothing. Get nothing out of it. One of my friends, he was the commander of the parachute department in Spain. So he had 300 parachuters under him. And he was a small guy, really small. But he was the commander. So he told me he was so frustrated, he used to beat the other parachuters, because he was like military, that's standard there, that you beat each other. So frustrated he was. Then he became a devotee, God's sake. Now he has an eco farm in La Palma. He don't beat anybody anymore. He's just growing beautiful avocados and vegetables. You see, the material world, the world of lust, is always connected with anger. Wow, it's amazing. I mean, lust in itself is already such a lost cause. Because what inspires you for lust is my enjoyment. And that's not what it's all about. Lust takes you to engage in sexual activities. And sexual activities means only one thing. A child or sin? It's pretty stupid, no? A child is nice. Sin? No nice. Not much choice there. So, and then on top of it, you always get angry because there is no satisfaction in this sensual world. So even husband and wife, they get angry with each other over anything. Or you just become an angry person, or you become sold out to lust. Srila Prabhupada says, then you become like a little dog in the arm of a woman. You become the, how you call it, the guinea, no, the Chihuahua, something like that. Like, yeah, you become like, well, how you call these dogs in the arm?
Huh? I don't know what you call it. Like, I know what you mean, but like a show pony, like a...
There's a special name for it, for this pet dog in the arm. Now the poor dog doesn't know what to do, but the man who's controlled by lust, he's just like a pet dog. He has to do everything she says, and anytime he wants to go another way, oh, then he's going to get it. So, no way there's any enjoyment in this material world. Whatever attempt is being made will end up in anger. And from anger comes delusion. And from delusion becomes forgetfulness. And when we forget the better good instructions, we end up in jail. Finally, anger takes us to jail. What a strange world, no? We are all freedom lovers, but then we end up in jail. Jail means you are doing things which you don't really like to do because somebody else likes that you do it. And if you don't do it, then there'll be retaliation. Like in jail, it's no fun. If you don't do what they tell you, Then they say, we lock you in a dark room for 2 weeks. You won't see the light of the sun. Do they have such places in Hungary? They have that? So dark rooms to chastise? It's horrible. The material world is a horrible place. And the world of divine love, it's the world of freedom. But what kind of freedom? You have to surrender your enjoyment mentality. You have to give up this I will control, I will own, I will be the person, the central figure. You have to give that up. Very difficult. That is called male vanity. That I control, I. That is male vanity. Purusha. The female nature is Prakriti. Prakriti is submissive. Prakriti is soft. It's okay. I mean, it's soft until the woman also takes male vanity. Because male vanity is not a thing of sex. The female or the male both can have male vanity. And then there is conflict. If there's two male vanities, it's going to be war. So careful with the male vanity. So the Prakriti, the female, is so pleasant. Even their voice, so sweet, so soft. Usually they look very fair and smile. And you think, wow, life is not that bad after all. If there's such persons like this person ready to be dominated by me. But that's not the reality, that somebody wants to be dominated by you. You can forget that one. But maybe for a short moment, they'll make the show. So the man wants to dominate the woman wants to dominate the man. Where's love? It's not love. That's why the Srimad Bhagavatam has declared, don't waste your time. And if you're already married, well, then make sure that Krishna is the enjoyer. Not she and not he. Krishna must be the enjoyer. That is the safeguard. That is a way to go. So Narada Muni, he was a great sage. His mother was a maidservant. His father never was mentioned. So she was serving in an ashram of saintly persons. Who knows how she got there? It's never explained. And then she died, and the little boy, he stayed in the ashram and became the menial servant of the saintly people. So good lucky, no? He got to eat the remnants of their food, and they were kind to him. And then he became the famous Narada Muni in the end. So that's the story of the Vedas. They invite you You want to be served or you want to serve? Oh, I really would like to be served. Yes! Welcome to the... One of my godbrothers made a recording. It was so good you would die hearing it. But my memory is so bad. It was like, welcome to the, it's like the glamorous, the Hollywood, the Kermesse, the Broadway, no? Everything, woo-hoo, everything is so great. Welcome to the big show. Come and join the great affair, the land of enjoyment. And then he had different stops. He said, okay, all welcome to the misery, to the beautiful experience of life. The first stop we have is the San Quentin death row stop. He said, what? So they had to get out and looked at the people waiting there to be killed. They said, no, we don't like that. Back into the car. Next one is cancer ward of the local hospital. Then they saw everybody's there. No, next stop, the prison where the drug addicts taken by the police. So now he says, there's no enjoyment in this world, there's only trouble. So finally he said, oh no, let's do something else. He was a comedian, my friend, who made that. I don't remember. If you really would listen to it now, you would just die laughing. It was so well done. But I was looking for it, and at that time was no internet, so it may be lost. It should not be lost. It's called Radio Ram. If somebody has some internet research, that was the product. Madhu Pandit was the artist. Anyhow, we are all in for it. Glamorous worlds. And you see those glamorous worlds, 5-star hotels, all the big illusion. And not only illusion, but everybody getting drunk. They're eating so many types of meat. They don't care what they eat. They just want to enjoy however. Or like our Jeffrey Epstein and the Lolita airline. That was one. That was a show. He was taking all these richest of the people to enjoy with minor girls there. Like this was the greatest entertainment. And then he took pictures of them and he blackmailed them all. And what it ended up? It ended up to be a Mossad operation. It was the Jewish Secret Service who wanted to get all the American politicians under their thumb. It's crazy, this world. But more crazy than that is killing all the people in Gaza. That is just little babies and women and everybody just destroying their houses with them inside. No. So when I remember my youth, I still feel the same. Get out of here. Get out of this material world. And I found a way. Serving Krishna in Vrindavan or anywhere else where he has a plan. He has a plan for everyone somewhere. And that if you embrace his plan, then your life is perfect. Just you embrace Krishna's plan and stop being nonsense. Wanting to do everything by your plan. Your plan, your plan. Who cares about your plan? But if it's not my plan, then whose plan? That's what you have to figure out. That's what Sri Guru stands for. He is the Lord in your heart who knows what is best for you. And you have to ask him, my Lord, what you want me to do? I'm ready. Are you really ready? If you say something which I like. The test will come. Are you ready? Are you ready to surrender to the sweet will of the Lord? It's not blind faith. It's what your heart accepts to be the best and the most beautiful thing to do in life. It is the occupation of the devotees to engage us in devotional service from the morning to the night. That's why we get up at 5. And all the way to the end of the day. And there's so much service to be done. But then we come to India. Look at this. We came to India from South America. Because my guru, he sent me to South America. And then when we came here, I don't know how, but somehow other Krishna put us to live in the most beautiful places. Like palaces. Of course, Vipralamba Kunja is not a palace. But it's a palace to live next to the palace. Then you can be just like the same. So, Krishna took us here for what? To do some service. To be useful. Do not say, oh, we are living in a nice... Like in the material world, people want to live in posh neighborhoods. Where do you live? Oh, I live in Beverly Hills. Oh, really? Well, now it burned down. That place is finished. So, you want to live in a posh neighborhood. If you say, oh, I'm living in a slum. Oh, you poor guy. So we are living in a palace in the divine resort, you could call it, the resort of Vrindavan. Why? Only one answer I could figure out, and that is to serve Vrindavan. And that's what we are trying. We are not doing very much for our temple. Of course, now Madhava Krishna has fixed up the place better because we have so many guests. So they wanted to make the place a little nicer. But we have not done anything practically. Now we have to arrange our stone which was broken. But otherwise, no, we live in chatais. We live in our bamboo huts, which I brought here from Bengal. We don't want to live in opulent places in Vrindavan, us. So therefore we got involved in serving Vrindavan. And there's a lot of service to be done. Number one, cleaning. But we did much more. We are the activists of the Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha. We are helping to unite the different Vaishnava missions for the common causes. That has been our activity since 1994. That's 30 years ago, if I'm not wrong. Since 30 years, we're working for the Vaishnava unity with quite some success. Not as much as we wish to see, but that's what it is. And at the same time, we're living in the temple, I think, which has more monkeys than anybody else. The monkey temple. If you go somewhere else, you can say, I was living in a monkey temple. Say, what? Yes, they're everywhere. On the top, on the bottom. And we live in cages. Monkeys are roaming free, and we live in cages. Inverted zoo. And the small monkeys are coming and look, hey, what you're doing there. And then they see us eating. They say, hey, why don't you give something to me? Any questions?
How do we turn over this zoo? Is it possible to make the zoo normal? Not being
The zoo?
market? Yeah, not being buried. The zoo.
I don't understand your question.
You told the monkeys looks free. Is it possible to arrange it in the right way?
No. This is the right way. This is their land. And you know, Vindakunja is the monkey kindergarten. If you look carefully, all the monkeys are small. And somewhere on the silt, the old monkey is watching. Don't bother those kids, they are playing. If you get too close to any little monkey, you're in danger. Because they may think you want to harm them. But this is a kindergarten of the monkeys here. And they enjoy like anything. Sometimes we try to get rid of them, but it never worked.
Is it recommended to feed them?
Kill them?
Feed.
No, you cannot feed them, then they will drive us crazy. That is not recommendable to feed them. If you want to feed monkeys, you can feed them outside somewhere, but not inside the temple.
I see them on the bank of the Jamuna.
Yeah, they're getting food every day. There's plenty of people distributing food to monkeys. That's why there are so many monkeys here. Any philosophical questions? Yes, my dear Bandiran.
Pienso que detrás de esa pregunta,
Hable más fuerte.
detrás de esa inquietud de Prabhu, montón de actividades en las cuales se involucró, fue disipando sus dudas, todas estas inquietudes, la frustración de la incoherencia del mundo material, y que poco a poco se fue encauzando para encontrar grandes respuestas en un camino de servicio. Mi pregunta es, todo esto está sucediendo en este mundo, y si no se toma bien que el mundo material es muy complicado, ¿cómo encaminarnos si estamos habitando el reino de Dios? El reino de Dios está también inmerso en la naturaleza. ¿Cómo generar ese equilibrio? Si esto también es el reino de Dios. Un rechazo hacia la materia puede generarnos a nosotros una paranoia, a encontrar una realidad más sublime en lo que no conocemos.
Madhava, traduzca la pregunta a una mente simple.
He's saying that how to manage or to harmonize the fact that we are talking about rejecting the material world, but this material world is also the kingdom of the Lord. So, and
The kingdom of the Lord.
yeah, and,
All right.
and the Lord is also living here, and all His creation is also sacred. So how to manage to not get into the paranoia, to think, oh, all in the material world is bad and is horrible, then we start to, by this rejection, also be dangerous or aggressive or not happily accepting the material nature.
There's a saying in English, it's folly to be wise when ignorance is bliss. Have you heard that? So, you can know the truth if you want to, and if you want to be cheated and you want to be living in illusion, there's plenty of support. But when we read the Srimad Bhagavatam, it's pretty much down to earth. Look at Narada Muni's story. It wasn't really sweet. He lost his mother, father not known, and he became the most famous teacher of the Vedic scriptures. It's a story of glory, but the in-betweens not so glorious. So when we study the Srimad Bhagavatam, then we will be confronted with reality. And as Krishna says, I'm the memory in man, the knowledge in man, and I'm the forgetfulness in man. So if you want to forget all the material, all the good instructions, and just become a silly sense gratifier, and Krishna will also allow that. Then you run around in this world, maybe you have a pistol, maybe you're a thief, or you're running in university trying to be the big shot professor who doesn't even know that he is spirit soul. He's a big professor in university, but he has no idea that he is a soul. He thinks I'm this body. Does it answer your question?
No, yo no tengo una negación de que el mundo es adverso, que el mundo es difícil. Sin embargo, o sea, Krishna mismo viene a tener pasatiempos en esta tierra, grandes devotos surgen, cosas bellas también suceden, ¿no?
Obvio, no solamente cosas. The majority of things are wonderful. Nature is wonderful. People are wonderful. Singers sing beautiful. Actors act incredible dramas. It's a big sideshow. But doesn't change the real nature. If you go by Krishna, Krishna says, Du kalayama shasvatam. It's miserable and temporary. That is the main symptom of this material world. But we should use this body in Krishna's service. Look, we are enjoying. We are enjoying our life here. I see you all full of misery, like people like working in a gulag or something. You do service because you love it, you think it's wonderful. So we are enjoying Krishna consciousness. And that's not bad. Krishna, if the devotee enjoys serving Krishna, Krishna enjoys the devotee. I told Bhakti, we are going to help cleaning, we're going to do things, but this is for us an entertainment. It's not something we're going to go mad about, go crazy about it, or start fighting with each other. Whew. Time?
Yeah, in 1 minute.
In 1 minute, the Pujari will come. Any other last question?
I could add that beauty is in consciousness. So when we see a forest, for example, or a waterfall, and we find it beautiful, it's because we are conscious of it, and because those things also are full of life, so they are conscious themselves. So if there is no consciousness, if there is no spiritual existence on the matter, then I think there is no beauty, because beauty is actually spiritual quality, not material quality. Only that.
Satyam Shivam Sundara.
Yes.